Hello everyone. Good evening. Thank you very much for joining today's meeting. I hope that everybody is settling in quite nicely for today's webinar. Hello. Hi. I hope that I'm properly audible and visible also. Can you just give me a confirmation on that? Thank you very much. Thank you very much for that. Okay. Yeah, I think the time is up. We'll get started. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Varun Krishna, and I'll be taking all of you through a very interesting journey today, explaining about all the releases that we had in our previous week. So as you can see in your screen, we'll be speaking about EalSuite evolution, vertical profit and loss statements, refresh tabs, aging report widgets, and a lot more. All right. So let me just give you a quick picture about the interface. You can see that there will be a chat option available for all of you. If there is any doubts or any questions that you're coming up during the webinar or after I complete all the explanation, you can write it down in the chat section. There's a Q&A option also. You can write down all your questions there. And there's a raise hand option. You can utilize the raise hand option as well. There are some reaction option also. So if you're reacting to all the releases or the new updates, I will be really grateful for that. All right. So these are the interfaces you can see. If you're having any doubts, please keep along with me till the end of the webinar. We'll be having a Q&A section there. So I'll be giving you a chance to speak out and then clarify your doubts. So like I'm once again repeating, stay till the very end of the webinar. You will be getting quite useful insights about our software. And I think we can get things started. So I hope that my screen is visible for all of you. All right. So yeah, let's get started. First of all, let me just show you our release notes. Yes. So we will be exclusively talking about the releases that we had on 4th of this month, the month of November 2023. And we have 4 feature updates and 4 enhancements and 3 resolved issues. So we'll be going through each of these sections in detail. So first of all, let's get started with Get Insightful with Vertical P&L. So we have introduced a new profit and loss report. So we'll be speaking about that, and I'll be showing you the different filters that we have provided in that particular report and what happened to our previous profit and loss report and how does it get defined right now. And later we'll be looking into the sleek new looks regarding the fresh tabs that we have in our customer section, supplier section, lead section, and checklist. Then we'll be looking into the revamped reports and setting, where we had tweaked the reports and the setting section. We have polished our new pages, the new page view or the interface. Then we'll be looking into bulk item updates, how you can manage your items in bulk. Right now, it's just a breeze. Sorry for that. Next, we'll be looking into enhancements, smarter financial onboarding. We automatically match the financial year of your country during the setup itself. You can tweak it at any point of time. Then payment view, now with more info. So with regards to customer payment view, we have added the pro forma invoice details. So in a fingertip, you will be getting a direct reference to that. Then project IDs on display. So identifying projects is now very easy. The project IDs are directly added to the project view page. Then the dashboard widgets leveling up. We have supercharged the customer and supplier aging widgets for optimized speed loading. This happens in our dashboard. Then few resolved issues also regarding the milestone management. Then some duplicate dilemmas. What happens when we create an item and delete an item and then we create another item with the same name? There was some small errors. We have completely eradicated it. And finally, the narration glitch fixed. So the payment PDF will show narrations correctly when they are enabled in our template preference section. So yes, let's get started with our first feature update. We're back again at our PPT tab. So our first update, vertical profit and loss reports. So what kind of an insight do we get from a profit and loss report? That's the first question that I'll be looking into. And in our new profit and loss report, you can gain deeper insights into your financial growth, right? With our vertical profit and loss report, it's different to what we had. Compare your monthly and yearly performance side by side and make informed decisions to drive your business forward, right? So you can visualize the progress, right, with intuitive data, then yearly versus monthly, and you can take, comparisons on your performances, and you can take actionable insights on that as well. So let's get started. We are in the dashboard of our software. Now, where can we go first? We'll be first of all going into the report section to show you this. In the reporting section, in the accounts section, you can see a list of reports. Right now, we'll be concentrating into two reports, that is a horizontal profit and loss and the all new profit and loss report. So you'll be wondering what happened to our previous profit and loss report. So we have renamed it into horizontal profit and loss report. So just like what the name suggests, it's a horizontal profit and loss report. You can see it side by side. See the expenses, the opening stock will be here, and all the details associated with purchase accounts, direct expenses, then gross profit value. Then on the right, you can see the income section with the sales account, the direct income, and the closing stock, right? And finally, at the very bottom, you will be able to see the total also of your profit. This happens. Now, I want all of you to take a closer look into which all are the different filters that we have in our previous profit and loss report or the all new horizontal profit and loss report. You can see the date filter is here as usual. You can, if you have cost centers, you can filter it based on cost centers. Then we have branching, right? Filter by branch name or filter by tax number is also available here. Then we have the export section where we can export it into Excel or PDF, and the filter button. So this is the horizontal profit and loss report. Now, what about the new profit and loss report? This is a vertical profit and loss report. See, the income is here and the expense is here. Then we have the gross profit and finally the net profit. Now, the speciality. If we compare this report's interface or the view with the previous profit and loss report or our present horizontal profit and loss report, you can see that there is a date filter. Then we have cost center. Then we have the compare with. So with what do we compare with? That's a question. So that's one thing that we'll be exploring today. So that is all about our previous horizontal profit and loss report. Now let's discuss about our new profit and loss report and how can we compare with, or with what we can compare with. So you can see Krishna's Music Fever is my workspace name or my organization's name. And I have two branches. So I'm just selecting the first branch and I want to know the profit and loss. So this is a profit and loss for the last month, I mean for the last 30 days, I would say. So for this fiscal, I can filter it out like this, right? Now imagine this company got started in the month of previous August. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the date filter as this fiscal, and I need to compare each and every month's performance. How can we do that? Can I get the details of my profit and loss of every month? Yes, I can do that. All I have to do is come to this compare with filter, go to months, and you can see I can select for how much months. I need to compare it for each and every month. And if I select one here and I filter it out, you can see that in India, the fiscal year starts from April and ends in the month of March. So you can see the dates here, 1st of April to 31st of March for each and every month's sales returns, then closing stock, direct incomes, each and every ledger detail has been presented here. So you will be able to compare it for each and every month. That is a specialty. See, for April 2023, it is present. And then for August, for September, now this is just a demo workspace. So you could see some discrepancy in the numbers. It's not just discrepancy, so it's a way in which it will be arranged. But you can see you will be able to compare it like this. That is a specialty. Now imagine if this particular company got started in the month of 2021, the 1st of April 2020 month, and 2024, this is 2023 for the month of November, I would say 15. So as you all know that we will be able to edit the dates like this. And I'm keeping it like this and I'm keeping a filter. So from 2021 April onwards, you can see the list of months and all the ledger accounts and details associated with it will be shown here. And you see a specialty here, it's all about months. And when I kept it just up to 15th of November, it is showing 1st of November to 15th of November. That is a specialty. And if I want to compare it for years, for all the years, I can filter it out. And 1st of April 2021 to 31st of December 2021. Then for 2022, it has been shown. So it is not shown for physical years, but it's shown for that particular year. That is the way in which this particular filter will be working. That you have to be quite sure about this. Now I'm going to do something. I'm going to keep it this physical, and I'm going to compare it with 3 months, a quarter. How can I get the result? Yes. The first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and the fourth quarter. In such a manner, we'll be able to get the details of all the ledgers, the accounts. Now, what can we do next? What can we? Yes, I'll do another thing. I'll keep a custom date like 5th of April and see what happens. And you see the first quarter is right now being shown from 5th of April to 30th of June 2023. So if I start my date from some random day, the system will not be, or the software will not be fetching the data from 1st of that particular month, but from which custom date you have set it in. So that is a specialty. All right. So that is the way in which this particular filter works. And the next thing is you can filter it in different manners. Now you have the export button. You will be able to export all these data into Excel and PDF. So let me just download it right now in Excel. And here it is. You will be able to find out all the values like this. So that is a specialty. You will be able to get the complete output in such a manner. From 5th of April, you can see the July to September quarter, October to December quarter, and January to March quarter of 2024. So in an Excel manner also, you will be able to get the output. So that was all about the first update. And I hope that this was clear to each and every one of you. It's a very prominent update that we have brought in to our reporting section. It's a new profit and loss report. All right, now we'll be moving forward to our next update. Sleek UI redesign. So experience a fresh and intuitive user interface with our sleek new looks, where we have redesigned the key features to enhance your overall user experience. So in which all sections or modules have we done it? Under the customer, supplier, lead management, and under the checklist. So we'll be taking a closer look into how this has panned out. Yes, so let's look into each and every module. So first of all, we'll be going into the customer section. Then under purchase, we'll be going into the supplier section. And then we talked about the checks, and under lead management, the lead section. So first thing that you have to do is you need to go into a customer's detail view page, and you can see the newly designed tabs. These are the newly designed tabs that we have come. So we have redesigned the concept of the tabbing part. Under customers, the same thing applies for suppliers also, the new tabs. Now for checks, the checks list page itself, you will be able to see the new tabbing. And under leads also, you just need to go to a lead and you will be able to see the new tabbing. So I think this enhances the way in which we look into our software, and it enhances the way in which the software presents itself into us. So that's the important thing. So that is all about the sleek new looks. That was our second update. Now moving forward into a third one, reports and settings. Again, this is another UI change. So discover a revamped report section and a settings section for effortlessly navigating through for different kinds of essential business needs and data. So we have customized both these sections so you can get a better view of things. So what is the specialty that I'm talking about? Let's take a look. We can navigate into both reports and into our settings section. So under the report section, the tabbing was a little different, and you can see that right now we have made 3 different blocks and the blocking system has been introduced here. So the same thing gets applied into the settings part also. You can see the blocking section has been introduced and the UI has been changed a little bit. You see, we have adapted in such a way that we have removed a lot of spacing here and the visibility has been increased. That's the thing. So that is a speciality. And maybe you could also take a look into something new. So if I go to the purchase section, into the supply section, look at the left navigation bar and how it is getting appeared. And similarly into the customer section or the sales section, how it is getting presented. Again, the lead section as well. Now, what's the difference that we are encountering? Let me go back to the branches section, and if I click on the settings page, what is happening to the navigation section? It is getting minimized, right? We'll take a look into whether the same thing is getting happening with regards to reports also. So I'll just go to leads and you can see the navigation bar clearly. And if I click on reports, again it is getting minimized. So there's a reason for that, right? Because you can see a bunch of data here. So this navigation bar would have been a disturbance. This is not a proper way to view the report section. I think this is the proper way to get the whole picture of the report section. So that is what we are trying to present here today. So that is the new feature update as well. So I think you'll be getting a better look into our software once again with the UI change. So that was all about reports and settings. Next, we'll be speaking about bulk item management. Effortlessly manage your items in bulk with our new and improved interface. Say goodbye to tedious manual updates and boost your efficiency. So in the previous week, the same person, that is me, was talking about a lot of bulk updates, bulk delete, all these kinds of new enhancements that or feature updates that we have bought in. And those were with regards to suppliers, customers, right? So, and also with regards to leads also, we spoke about those things. Right now I've bought in bulk updates for items. Effortlessly manage your items in bulk with our new and improved interface, and say goodbye to tedious manual updates and boost your efficiency. So I'll be showing it to you right now. So what is the advantage? Now, I don't want to speak a lot about the advantage because I know that as users, you're used to this right now for customers, suppliers, and everything. And rather than me speaking, it will be better of you to just give me a few words on how bulk update and bulk delete has influenced the way in which you use EalSuite. If there's any words that you have in your side, please write it down in the chat box. It will be a great boost for me because in the last few weeks I've been talking about this n number of times and how to efficiently use this particular feature, and which are the different use cases that we will be comprehending under these modules where we can use the bulk update and the bulk delete options as well. So today again I'll be showing you some use cases. So let's look into the item section. Go to the inventory section. You can see a list of items here, and yes, you can see name, track inventory, cost, price, and we can see units, and some of the items does not have a unit. So like breakfast, room charge, and decoration charge, and I think these are all services rather than products. So let's do one thing: ID generation, delivery charge. These are all represented in units itself. So we'll do one thing: we'll change this into a different unit, or maybe pieces into kgs or something like that. Set. Yeah, I'll do one thing. Let me just edit this view. I'm taking this unit up here, and I'll be changing the view. I'll be adding a filter here. Let me add a filter like for units which contains I want to change this. I want to change this into a different unit. I don't want to keep the unit of these items as units. So what can I do? I can select all these items. I can go to options and bulk update. So under the unit section, I'm going to add it as set. All right. So there's one thing you won't be able, if you want to add something, you won't be able to add the units here. You can only work with existing units under the bulk update section. That is really important. You can, I'm gonna select set here and I'm going to submit. So right now this particular view has been filtered in such a way that the list of items will be having the unit name as unit. So as we have changed it, you won't be able to find anything here. For that purpose, I'll be removing this filter. And if I sort it out, I could see those, maybe not in this page, maybe in the next, the first page itself. Oh, okay, I'll add a filter unit which contains set. Yes. So ID generation was one of the items whose unit which we changed from basic unit into a set. So in this way, you will be able to, now if you want to change the track inventory or if you want to update multiple cost prices or availability in such a way, you will be able to bulk update those things. All right. Into all the different fields you can introduce into this particular smart view of stock or items or in the inventory section. Yes, so that was all about the bulk updating with regards to items. Yes, so that was the first 4 feature updates that we had. Next, we'll be looking into some of the enhancements, like smarter financial onboarding. Get started effortlessly with our smarter financial onboarding process, where we automatically match the financial year to your country's requirement for a seamless setup experience. So all of you guys out there, I hope that you remember during the time of onboarding into EalSuite, there was an option like this. Just go to the settings sections, and you do know that under the organization settings, you will be able to find the financial year. So there was an option for you to select the financial year, right? And it was default set in April to March. But as you do know that April to March financial year is default only for one particular nation, I think, to my knowledge, to India. For other nations and all, sometimes it will be from January to December. It will be different. But during initial onboardings, it was default set into April and March, and you have to change it from there. Or you can keep it like this. You need to come to the organization settings and you have to change it from here. Right now, the system will be fetching your correct financial year based on the location in which the workspace was created for. So that is a specialty. In such a way, software will be directly fetching it out and providing you the correct financial year. So an option will be asked for you to either change it or not, but the system will be automatically fetching the correct financial year itself moving forward. So that is our new update or enhancement that we have brought into the onboarding section of our software. Yes, so that was all about smarter financial onboarding. Next one, enhanced customer payment view. So access detailed information about your customer payments with our enhanced payment view. Quickly view the pro forma invoice details for a complete understanding of the transaction. So this has something to do with customer payments and the reference to pro forma invoices. So we will first of all look into an existing pro forma invoice in our system and we'll work it out like that. So yes, we'll go to the sales section and look into some of the existing proforma invoices. So there's a proforma invoice 008 against the customer Satish. And in such a case, we'll keep customer as Satish and we'll go to payments then directly, customer payments, and we'll create a customer payment. So let it be Satish and the account be HDFC, and I'm going to give an amount of 100 rupees maybe in advance. And proforma checking. See, this 008 was a proforma invoice that we were talking about. So the rest is cool. 100 rupees will be the amount, and I'm submitting. And yes, 029, that will be the payment receipt created. Here, this is the important part, the proforma invoice reference. Earlier in this payment receipt page, there were no proforma invoice reference. And even though if it was present, you won't be able to directly get redirected into that proforma invoice page. That's one thing. Now, what happens if you go to the PDF section and view PDF? What happens? Yes, you could see the proforma invoice here. So the reference to proforma invoice is also right now it's also available in the PDF view as well. Now I just want to remind all of you that you won't be able to directly get it here, and if in your system you're not able to find it, then all you have to do is go to the settings section, and under settings in the first branch, this is a branch in which I created the proforma and also the customer payment. Go to template preference, and here under the module you will have to select customer payment, and here the field will be coming up. So you can see that proforma invoice has been enabled. So what happens if I disable it here and return back and I reload? You won't be able to find that. So the only reason why you were able to find it, the reference to the proforma, was since you have enabled the proforma field under the module of customer payment under template preference. So again saving it, and I'm reloading this PDF view page, and here is the reference to proforma. So see, under the payment receipt itself, the reference to proforma has been introduced, and make sure that you have enabled the field of proforma invoice under the PDF view under template preferences. You will be able to directly get it in the customer payment here as well. So that was all about enhanced customer payment view. Moving forward to our next enhancement, project management made easier. Identify projects is now a breeze with project IDs made to the project view. Effortlessly manage and track your projects for enhanced, organizational management of projects. So what's the advantage here? You can quickly identify and distinguish different kinds of projects with this unique project ID under the project view page itself. So here it is. We can go to the project section, and you could see the ID of the projects here. Let me just select a project, goods delivery project, and here it is. And if you check closely, along with the name, we have the ID of the project as well. Earlier, it was just the name. In the project view page, the ID was not present. So now, right now, we have introduced that thing also. The name of the ID also has been introduced right next to the project name. So that was all about project management made easier. The next one is the optimized dashboard widget. Experience faster loading time and enhanced performance with our supercharged customer and supplier aging widget on your dashboard. So I'm sure that most of you have experienced this particular widget. If you are a full admin to your workspace, you would have definitely experienced it. And the receivable summary and the payable summary for your corresponding customers and suppliers is what I'm talking about. Earlier, if there's a bunch of data, if there's a large hefty data there, then the loading time was like up to 8 seconds and all. It was taking a lot of time to load. Right now we have reduced it into 1.3 to 1.8 seconds. So it's a significant enhancement, significant optimization, I would say, with regards to what we have done with our widgets. So I hope that people having a bunch of data, from last week itself, they would have experienced that change here, a faster loading, right? So that is because we have brought in this optimization. All right, so that was all about the widgets that we have introduced. So optimized dashboard widgets. So final enhancement. Now we'll be moving into some of the resolved issues. So during this update, We have resolved some issues to provide you with a smoother user experience. And what were those glitches? Milestone management made smoother. No more disappearing act. All your milestones stay in view when you're managing the tasks. So where do this get reflected? We were talking about projects, right? So if you go to the projects page, and if I select a project like goods delivery here, and if I go to milestones, you see this particular page. If I click, you could see all the different tasks. Now, if I want to add a new task or anything like that now, so if I could add a new milestone or something like that, a milestone called now the due date, the milestone manager, or anything like that. This is the way in which a milestone can be created. Next, under deliver the vegetables part, you saw the difference, right? Earlier when I created that particular milestone, this particular view was not present. It was just like this. I had to open it. We also experienced another thing. If we created a new task, like test task, and the due date and the test members submitted it, you see this whole bar is visible to us. Earlier, it was just like this. So we have resolved that issue. That was one of the issues. Next. Sorry. Bye-bye duplicate dilemmas. We ironed out the kinks when deleting items and creating new ones with the same name, so we have no more duplicate error messages. So there was a small issue when we created an item. So under inventory, let me create a new item. Hashtag is the name of the item. I'm choosing the unit. 10 will be the purchase rate and 20 will be the sales rate. And you're submitting. Going back to the inventory list here. Maybe 69, I think. No. Sorry. It was the name. No, we need it for item code. No, it's Kelvinator, right? Which was the item that I created right now? I think it was 70 maybe. Yes, hashtag. So I can easily delete this. There was an issue when I again create an item with the same name. Hashtag, no change in the format in which I created it. I'm going to put the unit as piece itself. We can easily create this. No issues while creating the item with the same name which we have already created, deleted, then again recreated. Earlier there was an error message being shown. So that's another thing. Another resolved issue. And finally, we have a narration glitch fixed. Your payment PDF will now show narrations correctly when they're enabled just as they should. So earlier we created a customer payment, so we'll be returning back to that page itself into the payment section. And in this payment section, you can see a narration. I just want to show you something under the template preferences for customer payment. Narration was not enabled right now. So as you can expect, if I go to the PDF view, you won't be able to see any narrations here. Do I? No. So in order to enable it, I have to go back to template preferences, enable it, and then save. But I'm quite sure if I reload this, you could see a narration. Earlier, this narration was not visible. So that is a key point. Earlier, the narration was not coming up. The narration I've given is Proforma checking itself, so the narration has come up. That is a specialty. All right, so these were the last 3 resolved issues, and these were the enhancements and feature updates that we have brought in our previous weeks. So we will just directly go back to our first slide itself, and I'll just give you a brief about what happened today in our webinar and also in the previous week of our release. We have introduced a new vertical profit and loss report, where the old profit and loss report has been renamed into horizontal profit and loss report. All right. The next thing, sleek UI redesign for the concept of tabbing has been changed for customers, suppliers, leads, and checklist. The reports and the settings section UI has also been changed into a sectional wise thing rather than one on the above, one at the bottom. We have revamped it. Then we have bulk updates management, where you will be right now having the option to update the details of items in bulk. Then smarter financial onboarding, where you can, the system will be directly fetching the details of your financial year with respect to the country in which, or associated to the country in which your workspace was created with. Then enhanced customer payment view with regards to the pro forma invoice details. A reference will be available there. Then the name and the project ID is being fixed together right now in the project view page. And then the dashboard has been optimized into a greater speed.